we're stepping our foot here, and I'll make it very sure that the fencing will not happen across Naga homeland, not only in Manipur, but in Arunachal or the eastern parts of the Nagalands. I also want to warn our Indian governments and our Burma not to play the sentiments of the Nagas.
NSF cannot and will never allow this fencing to happen in our Naga homeland. The history will repeat again if the fence is being erected in between the Naga homeland.
Totally we reject the directive that has given by the competent authority. Kanna post tawdamni leiriba kambusingda asida leiriba kambusingda su noi mayam asisu noisu kanna post tawdamni.
Well, following the Government of India's decision to revoke the free reaching movement as well as to fence the border areas, the Naga Student Federations along with various Naga student bodies here in Manipur as well as various CSOs are here today in Kamjong district to inspect the border areas as well as to interact with the locals. So let's go and see how they will interact and how the response from the locals.
The 5-day-long visit of border villages in Chandel and Kamjong districts in Manipur was carried out to assess the effects of the centre's decision to fence border areas and the removal of the Free Movement Regime or FMR along the India-Myanmar border. Held from October 21 to 25, the visit operated under the theme Safeguarding Naga Homeland, Breaking Barriers and Shadow Lines. On October 24, a team comprising members of the Naga Students Federation, All Naga Students Association Manipur, United Naga Council, Tangkhul Naga Long and various Tangkhul associations visited the villages of Sankhalong and Paikhong in Kamjong district. They inspected border pillar number 102 and engaged with residents and village leaders to discuss the ongoing challenges in these areas. Speaking to East Mojo, NSF President Medovi Ri described the Nagas as people without borders, rejecting the demarcation imposed by artificial pillars, and warned against outside interference in Naga affairs.
When you come to this FMR, I think these have nothing to do with within among the Nagas, and I should say that the Federation objective is very clear that we are objecting on these fencings of our borders. The Nagas, we don't have any differences. I think Indians should not decide the future of the Nagas, and they have to consult with our locals. But I should say that we're stepping our foot here, and I'll make it very sure that the fencing will not happen across Naga homeland, not only in Manipur, but in Arunachal or the eastern parts of the Nagalands. Yeah, that's how I want to convey the message.
Your team has already toured in the Chandel area as well, and here today in Kamjong, and I guess you will be touring in the Ukhrul side as well.
Yeah.
What will be your way forward after reaching Nagaland?
We will have a proper consultation with all the stakeholders, and we will apprise. But Federation is very firm with our decision. We will fight to the nails, and I should say that, and I also want to warn our Indian governments and our Burma not to play the sentiments of the Nagas, and they cannot decide the future of the Nagas, and they cannot divide the Nagas.
The visit comes amid opposition against the border survey by officials, which is being carried out in areas along the Indo-Myanmar border in Kamjong. On October 23, local leaders blocked the border survey team at Ramphoi village while they were returning to Imphal. As per locals, the survey was conducted without their knowledge and the traditional boundary has been altered. Headman of Ramphoi, Simtar Kamodang, expressed concern about the placement of border pillars while terming them as arbitrary. He also recalled historical grievances over territorial changes between India and Myanmar.
Arui ishiwi thana humin thana alungli paikuk alungli krosalga later khale India na kapowi Burma wi boundary na handaliji arbitrary pillar ne kadang kat country khani wi origin mani samne iram wi ram naga wi ram tangkhu wi ram here ra January wa makan laga zimja khani dang jas la khani dang la chal laga leide khale ji iwi nong na sare kha ari hi pa hi kapona nanin kapona ari India wi Nehru atamli 1956 alungjili ani khani na kapona hili khilo India na mi khai kala kapoban India na ra Andaman Nicobar Island ji ngatu khu da jana hili kapo valley da hobo pa laga hili valley khale tak to hi kapo ana India na khusiana akhwa ba iram akhwa nagaw ram hi ngapai ti laga.
As per officials, the survey from border pillar 6 to border pillar 110 in Chasad covers a distance of 20.25 kilometers. According to a letter written by the General Reserve Engineering Force or GREF to the 10th Sector Assam Rifles, Kamjong DC and Kamjong SP, the survey began on October 18. Officials said that fencing of over 30 kilometers has already been completed along the Manipur-Myanmar border. Senior NSF leader Eshuo Krelo, while addressing the gathering on Thursday, cautioned against any attempts to divide the Naga homeland, comparing the situation to the Berlin Wall, which would only heighten tensions.
Nagas have experienced, Nagas have lived for so many years the policy of divide and rule policy, as we all know. Now, the policy, the program of the government coming up with fencing of the border, I sternly assure you, on behalf of the NSF, the NSF cannot and will never allow this fencing to happen in our Naga homeland. This is a message to the government. Remember the Berlin Wall after the Second World War, how the Berlin Wall came down from East Germany and to the West Germany, the Berlin Wall in between, how it came down, how it fell down. The same fate, the history will repeat again if the fence is being erected in between the Naga homeland. This is a message to the government.
Meanwhile, Ansam President M. Luikang Lakson called on to the Nagas to stand united and oppose such surveys.
On that 17th of October, competent authority goina directive pigiba survey chalaga fencing si to hai bigi mayam si je akoi totally we reject the directive that has given by the competent authority. Masi yate masi akoi masi akoi kanna post out ni lady ba kambu sinda asida lady ba kambu singa su noi mayam asisu noi su kanna post out ni masi student organization level de tribe whole level de akoi mai mayam si asi yadab ne have city akoi ngasi na ahan banate akoi series of memorandums issue home ministry gunda governor gunda CM gunda akoi mayam thag rabni despite they have given the directive to go survey to fence the border area.
Early in the week, the NSF team visited border pillar number 82 near Nongkham Satang village in Tengnopal district, where they met with local leaders to review the situation. The NSF team had planned to continue their tour to border villages in Ukhrul district on October 25. However, the trip was halted following the fatal road accident involving 2 team members.
Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to East Mojo. For any queries, put them down in the comments section below and press on the bell icon for notifications.